year, all of my TTG fam. What's up? What's up? What's up? Hope you guys are ready to start off the brand new year on the right foot on a high note. Folks, welcome to the True Trading Group live stream. My name is Michael Edward, former award-winning hedge fund trader, now the current head trader at True Trading Group. For those of you that do not know, TTG is the fastest growing, highest rated online premium educational platform that is available today to the retail trader and at True Trading Group. Results matter. We are not just empty words and broken promises. Okay, results matter. And we've got one simple goal. That's to help you guys to learn, trade, and profit. All right. Now, if you are new, make sure that you like and share this video, but more importantly, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. 6 nights a week, Sunday through Friday, we go live right here for free where myself, other TTG Pro Trader moderators, as well as special guests will drop golden nuggets and provide you guys with free lessons and educations can help you become a better trader and investor immediately. But before I get started tonight, I'd first like to thank our partners over at Benzinga. For those that don't know, Benzinga offers their own educational product and tools, yet still fully endorses the TTG platform for the massive added value that it provides for their members and for their community. We're grateful to Benzinga for the opportunity to further educate their community and to offer the Benzinga Pro Newsfeed and Squawk, which is worth over $1,400 a year on its own. TTG members get that for free as part of your $1,240 TTG annual membership. I'd like to read you guys a quick little message here tonight from Benzinga founder and CEO Jason Raznick. We've got up on the screen here. To better serve our Benzinga community, we've partnered up with the education team over at True Trading Group. If you're looking for great lessons and a fantastic community, we recommend checking them out. Sincerely, Jason Raznick. Thank you, our partners over at Benzinga. So for those of you that are here from Benzinga, yes, you are in the right place. Now, folks, we've got a huge live stream in store for tonight. We're talking about the stock market outlook for 2022. What's going to be hot? What's not? Where should you guys be looking for upside? Where should you be cautious of downside? What are the overall markets going to do? What are going to be the headlines going to move everything? I'm going to give you guys my top sector picks for 2022. And I'm also going to give you guys a handful of stocks that you can look at that I think are going to outperform the markets this year. In just a moment, I'm going to be bringing on my boy, Mr. Matt Kohrs himself. It's his birthday today. Everybody can wish him a happy birthday. He's going to help me with the Q&A. Before we do get that started though, guys, why should you listen to anything that we talk about on these live streams? Right? Where we go over a lot of stuff. We talk about lessons and give you guys education and tools that you guys can use that can better yourselves in the markets. Why should you listen? I didn't figure this stuff out on my own. I began my career working for a fund in New York City, my first job right out of college. Then 2008 happened, and that was the Great Recession. The stock market crashed, but it was during that time I went on to receive one of the firm's Trader of the Year awards. Now, aside from that, more importantly, guys, we've helped now, my TG team and I help thousands of retail traders from all over the world, from all walks of life, achieve peace of mind from financial freedom by learning how to trade stocks, options, and crypto. At True Trading Group, we teach you how to fish, how to stand on your own 2 feet, how to become a self-sufficient trader. Trading is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's also not gambling. It is a skill that needs to be properly learned like any other, especially as this is a skill that can potentially help you guys reach financial goals that you never thought were possible. All right. We're going to start off the live stream tonight, guys, with bringing on Matt Kohrs and also my business partner and co-founder, Adam. You guys know him as SUGE. We're going to do a 15, 20-minute Q&A, allow for some time for people to log on. Then we're going to spend a couple of minutes after the Q&A. I'll tell you about the membership. We've got the final day of our holiday sale. Our holiday sale ends at midnight tonight. There's going to be a big jump in price after midnight tonight. So I'll tell you guys about the discounts and the incentives for anyone that wants to start the new year off on the right foot. Take advantage of the TTG holiday sale. I'll talk to you about that. Then we're getting down to business, the weekly stock market outlook, but I'm also going to share with you how to download TTG's 2022 stock market outlook and the best stocks and top sectors that I'm looking to invest in for 2022. All right. But in order to get the most out of that report and everything that we talk about in these live streams, folks, you got to get educated, and that starts right now. All right. And then at the end of the live stream, for those that are interested, I will walk you through the entire TTG platform. Yes, it's a platform because we have tools, resources, education, courses. It's not just the chat room with trade alerts. So I'll show you the platform. I'll show you everything that's included with it, everything you get access to for those that are interested. All right. So listen up, folks. Let's start that Q&A here. Begin typing your questions in chat right now. Don't be shy. Don't be embarrassed. There is no such thing as a stupid question. Okay. I've been doing this going on 17 years now, but I also had a day one, and I also asked a hell of a lot of questions along the way. That is how you guys learn. Okay. So without any further ado, folks, let's go ahead. Let's begin that Q&A. Start typing your questions in chat right now.
Hey, what's going on, TTG? What's going on, Moon Gang? Hey.
What's up? What's up? Matt, Adam, how are you guys tonight? Happy New Year, fellas.
Yeah, Happy New Year. I'm ready to kick it off. It's always interesting. I know it's just if you believe in the Gregorian calendar, just another month, but it is, I don't know, something special about the psychology. People are like, all right, I'm finally going to stick to my trading rules this year. So let's see if we can actually pull that off. But I have a big smile on my face because on Friday, bought some Tesla calls, and it was just announced today that they crushed deliveries to the tune of they beat by 41,000, and then they beat by 39 on the year, about 936,000 delivered in total. So I'm expecting Tesla do particularly well tomorrow. So I'll be locking some tendies in first 5, 10, 15 minutes. And right now the futures market's nice and green. It looks like we're getting that classic people doing the tax harvesting, locking in right on December. At the end of December, looks like the money's already flowing back in. So I'm excited particularly for this first week.
Awesome, man. Great trade. Was that the Tesla delivery? Was that a scheduled release over the weekend, or did they like kind of pre-announce that, or was that like a surprise? Or
No, I'm pretty sure it was already, because a lot of people were like telling me Tesla earnings, and I think the confusion there was it was actually just deliveries, because their earnings aren't actually, I believe, for a month and a half.
Yeah.
So I think they wanted to just get in the announcement for the year of like, this is what we delivered in 2021.
Awesome.
So someone kind of knew something was coming there, but a lot of people didn't even think it would get close to a mill just because of various supply chain issues. But in the end, they figured it out. And I think we're going to see continuous movement when they announce Austin plant developments, Berlin. I mean, both of them. It's looking good. It's definitely looking good. And if anyone was fortunate enough to catch your write up on the year, the connection to potentially oil and energy going higher and higher, it's a natural benefit for the EV sector. So
Absolutely.
I think short term, medium term, long term, I like where Tesla's going. So I think that should be a good one. I also, what was I getting into? The latest round of Pelosi trades came in. She went long. She bought some leaps on Roblox, which is gaming for anyone who doesn't know about it. That's a sector that I'm particularly bullish on through the metaverse type of thing. So she went long on Roblox, metaverse related. Micron, MU, I would argue semiconductor. NVIDIA is my favorite, but she went with this one. What was the other one? Disney. So that's kind of a bounce back play, honestly, because I believe 40 to 50% of the company's revenue comes from their parks.
Yeah.
So that could be an interesting play. She might be signaling that the hysteria related to like shutdowns and everything might finally be coming to an end. And there was one more in there, Disney, Micron, Roblox. I forget it, but I do think it's interesting that she switched from NVIDIA to Micron. She swapped, or I should say maybe her husband swapped, doesn't matter.
So she actually got out of NVIDIA?
No. That was her favorite, and I think she still has that. Okay. But it was interesting that she's now loading up on Micron leaps. Yeah, and once again, for everyone, these are all bullish. She bought calls, not puts, just so everyone knows like direction.
I like Qualcomm. I like Qualcomm too, as a little bit more of like a stable, like steady, like not as high growth of like a kind of semiconductor name as like an AMD or an NVIDIA. But actually, I think Qualcomm is not getting enough love, and I think that's one that's going to do well next year too.
I think you're a little biased towards it though, because they also picked up that health insurance company. So like for you, that's kind of like a perfect, it's health insurance and also this. Yeah. And the chat's right. The other one she got was, I believe, Google and Salesforce. A lot of people commenting CRM, and Google was definitely there. So those are all interesting. Now, just because she is who she is, does she have to get it right? No, there's obviously risks. This isn't like a golden trade, but because of it, I actually got some on top of hers. With Roblox, there was also some whales in the options market on Friday. So I actually got some January monthlies on Roblox, RBLX, and there was also whales. I'm not, I don't know how much you track the data analytics sector, but that Warren Buffett backed one, Snowflake, it's finally coming back. And I got some Febs on that because people were loading up on their earnings call for March, the March leaps. So I have some 2 medium plays and then just SPY and Tesla for this upcoming week.
Awesome.
All right. I got a question for Matt.
Yes.
All right. Matt, talk to me about Ethereum.
Ethereum?
Yeah.
I think it's this year is going to be very, very interesting because the whole thing about Ethereum, if you don't know who Ethereum is, whoever's listening right now, it's just, I would say it's the number 2 crypto by market cap, and Bitcoin thought to be a store of value, digital gold. This one's utility. Think of it as the technology platform that many other things, I can't say everyththing, but many other things are built on. Your NFTs, your DeFi, your decentralized app.
It's like 90% of all altcoins, NFTs, and DeFi are all built on Ethereum.
Yeah, so it's much more of a utility coin, very, very popular. But one of the issues with it is it's kind of slow. Like there are faster ones. It's not absurdly slow, but it's kind of slow. And the fees to use it are expensive. So you're seeing a huge expanse in what's referred to as layer 2, ones that are built on top of it to help make it cheaper and also speed it up. So that's things like Loopring and Polygon, blah, blah, blah. But for Ethereum itself, this year is interesting because what we're going to have is the jump from Ethereum to Ethereum 2.0, most likely. So by June, we have this thing. It's no shit. It's called a difficulty bomb. And it goes off in June, and everyone's like, what's this difficulty bomb? Like, why would you call it that? But what it is whenever you hear about mining, that's basically solving a very difficult math problem. In June, it's going to become so difficult that the electricity needed to do it is no longer worth it. So everyone's thinking, oh, you got to get this upgrade from going to mining to proof of stake by June. So I think there's going to be a lot of action, most likely in the first quarter of the year, but really in the first half. And of course, it could end up in the short term becoming one of those like buy the rumor, sell the news, blah, blah, blah. But when they switch this over, basically when they take this very fancy thing called the beacon chain and merge it back into the original one, I think Ethereum, it's already number 2. And I think it's just going to get a lot more exciting. And then from that, you just see all this technology. NFTs were obviously massively popular. This past week, there was $318 million in NFT transactions. And all these NFTs, why I'm bringing them up for people who don't know, many of them are built on top of Ethereum. So like what's good for NFTs is going to inherently be good for the platform that most of them are built on. And then from there, a lot of the metaverse related stuff's being built on top of it. It's the backbone. It's the backbone technology. And there's other ones that I'm a fan of, Solana, Avalanche. I know Cardano's losing some fans, but I'm still a fan of it. But Ethereum, I think it's going to have a crazy good year. And in the short term, I'm seeing kind of some exhaustion from the sellers. I think it's going to bounce with the overall market.
Okay.
Ethereum could be a problem. Switch to ETH2 amazing. Just so for some of those who know a little bit more about it, when you're staking Ethereum, there is a way to stake on ETH 2.0. If you do it, just a word of caution, you cannot unstake until it's officially launched. And there is no official launch date. Like I said, I think it'll be before June. Many, many people do. But just
did they say that last year though, also?
They've been pushing it. Yeah. Like, so there is that risk. I just want you to know, if you stake it, that money is going to be locked up until ETH 2.0 is like officially out. Right. And it is part of the overall roadmap. I would say like step 1 was creating the beacon chain, which was this own side chain that's proof of stake. Step 2 will be merging the beacon chain back into the original one. And then step 3 is referred to as sharding. And I mean, I studied computer science, and so I've been talking to some people about that. And the technology and the engineering and stuff involved in pulling that off. It's like a blockchain of blockchains, like where it's little nodes and they all communicate, and it just helps with speed. But the math involved in that is incredibly intense. They're calling for 2022, but I would not hold my breath on that. I don't think that the step 3 for Ethereum will be pulled off until 2023.
And you said sharding.
Yeah, sharding, like a shard. Not
shard with a D, not a T.
Yeah, there's a D. There's a D in there, everyone, if you're gonna Google that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hard D.
You know, you've said a couple things tonight, Matt, like something about Pelosi and her husband like to swap, the hard D, sharding.
That's where education and entertainment meets. The future of finance. Don't forget that entertainment part.
Here, on the True Trading live stream, it all comes together.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
Why do you think people come to these free live streams? They need this high level entertainment.
Dude, I thought it was because of the clickbait titles, the sale.
Listen, on a serious note, I'm excited for crypto this year though, because I think you're going to get some clarity on some regulation in the industry. Yeah. And I think that like I think you might actually have, at least this is what I'm hoping you get, because like I look at 2022 and I think it's going to be the year of kind of, the Ethereum challengers, like you said, Solana, you said, some of these other companies or other coins that I'm looking at. I'm just like, I think these are going to, challenge Ethereum in 2022. And it's going to be interesting to see like how these others grow versus, and you have like Ethereum 2.0, but then you also have what I think is going to be some increased regulation. And then I think that might create like a knee-jerk reaction for kind of your soft-handed like retail crypto owners, and they might think that regulation could be a negative. And you might get like a quick drop off of like any regulation news. But I think that's actually a net positive in the long run, because that'll pull any weary institutional investors that have been sitting on the sideline. Once they have clear regulation, I think that's going to pull more institutional money in. So it's like, let all the weak-handed retail sell out thinking regulation is bad, and then watch all the institutional players step in thinking regulation is good. And I think that might give us an opportunity at some point this year to get our hands on some discount pricing when something like that happens, because I think it'll play out to be a net positive. And I'm just kind of hoping that it creates a knee-jerk reaction where a lot of retail sells, and then that's where your more experienced investors or traders can kind of step in and start to buy. So I think that this year going forward is going to be really, 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 really interesting in the crypto markets.
Yeah, 100% agree. We're definitely going to get regulation related to stable coins, and we might even get the conclusion of the Ripple case, which I think a lot of people are paying attention to that. But what's interesting is some of the people on the SEC, like I guess higher up positions, have been arguing like, how do we not already have ETFs? We do have Bitcoin future ETFs, but not Bitcoin itself. And once they allow a Bitcoin spot one, I think that's when we're going to see an Ethereum one, and just kind of one's probably in the top 5, top 10. So I think those are all on the docket for the year. But coming back to actually your write-up for what you're thinking of 2022, anything that relates to these inflationary like headlines, like just good classic headlines, we're going to maybe find out if people truly think, if a majority of people truly think Bitcoin is an inflationary hedge. If they do these 3 rate hikes, we're going to find out how people truly think of BTC. So that could be an interesting test in itself.
Yeah. And I actually have, for those who don't know what Matt's talking about, I did a write-up for our TGG annual members, lifetime members, and also trial members will be getting access to my complete 2022 market outlook. The sectors I believe are going to perform the best, and some stocks I think will perform well. And financials is in there. And there's actually a stock in there there's actually 2 stocks in the financial sector that I talked about that actually have been adapting and implementing some crypto services within traditional banking products. And it's something that I'm actually really, really excited for going forward. It's 2 companies not a lot of people might be familiar with, but they are putting up some pretty staggering numbers. And I think that, there's some really good opportunity there. So for my crypto enthusiasts, there are a couple of stocks in the financial sector, specifically when it comes to banking, that I think are worth a look, and they're in that report.
Yep. So just to add on that, for those that don't know, you can right now, and I need everyone to pay attention for a sec. You can right now, all trial members, all annual members, lifetime members, all of our members, you can go to your member dashboard right now, and right here on the main page under announcements and schedule, if you click here, you will notice this link that says True Trading Group's 2022 stock market outlook plus the best stocks and top sectors to invest in 2022. Click here to download. Click it, and it will load this entire report that Mike was kind enough to put together, which is a complete outlook on 2022, the sectors to invest in, and some stocks. And we're going to get into a summary of this tonight. But the full report is available only to trial members and full TTG members. If you are not a True Trading Group member, if you are not a trial member and you'd like to be, the trial is only $3. Mike, if you want to hit on that real quick.
The trial is only $3. If anybody wants to join the TTG or has been contemplating joining the TTG platform, We have a trial. You can become have access to the platform for a full week, and the weekends don't count. Any holidays don't count. You guys would have full access to a full week of trading with the TTG family in our chat room. You'll be able to navigate the member dashboard and see the tools and resources you have available as a full member. And as a trial member, you would also then have access to this report. So in this report, there's the sectors that I think are going to be the best performing in 2022, and then a couple of stocks within those sectors that I think you guys should take a look at. And I also have in that report my highest trade conviction. Okay, my highest conviction trade idea for 2022 is also in that report. So it's only $3. There's no reoccurring fee or reoccurring payment. There's no automatic renewal to a full membership. You guys can join for $3, and then if you do nothing after a week, it just expires and you're never charged again. You would have to manually decide that you want to upgrade to a full TTG annual membership.
Right. So if you sign up for the trial right now, same process, right? You would just go to your member dashboard right here, select announcements and schedule. It's right here. Just click it and you can download it straight away. All right.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
And guys, if you want the trial, you can just go to ttgthree.com. Again, it's ttgthree.com if you guys want to sign up for the trial.
All right. Cool. All right. Let's get back to some questions.
Somebody goes, Mike, do you ever sleep? I really appreciate your dedication to the TTG family. I was actually, I finished this report at around, midnight last night. I finished this report.
Yeah. So there are so many people trying to go to the website right now. It's actually taking a minute to load. So just be patient. And we'll get that sorted. All right. Let's see. So guys, what are the futures markets telling us right now about tomorrow?
Let me actually pull them up. I haven't looked at them since we started. Oh, wow. We're up. We're on.
Yeah, they're definitely up. I think we hit 4,800 tomorrow when you get that up. But I think the SPY is going to an all-time high. It is light volume, and light volume, it's kind of equivalent to like pre-market trading in general. Like we're kind of waiting for the Asian session to get underway and then the European session. But right now they're green, which matches up with seasonality, I would argue. And then also just like the logic of people were tax loss harvesting last week and now money's pouring back in.
Yeah. I think, for those that know me, you guys know that, Tom Lee from Fundstrat is one of the market analysts who I value his opinion actually greatly. There's a handful of people that I really do value their work and their analysis, and Tom Lee is one of them. I'm actually going to try my damnedest. Like one of my goals in 2022 is to get Tom Lee on a TTG live stream. That is definitely one. We've had some really good people on here as guests. We've had, Tim Seymour from CNBC. We've had Steve Leisman, senior economics reporter at CNBC. I'm gonna try to get Tom Lee on here. We had, Michael Saylor, the famed Bitcoin investor. We've had him on the live stream. We've had Mr. Matt Kohrs himself on our live stream. But I'm really hoping to get maybe Tom Lee on here. But Tom Lee, actually, his price target for the S&P 500 in 2021 was 4,800. We just missed it. And he thinks that we can actually get to 5,000 on the S&P 500 to start the year. And I actually think that you're going to see early strength in 2022, early strength as people get very excited once COVID cases peak in the United States. And I think that once COVID cases peak in the US, you're going to look at some data coming out of South Africa and coming out of the UK about COVID cases and how they've kind of topped out and they're actually on the decline in South Africa. Case spikes have kind of flattened out in the UK, and it looks like as fast as Omicron came, it is leaving just as quick, which goes right to what Dr. Gottlieb predicted back in November when this kind of first came about. So as that storyline plays itself out, and then don't forget, folks, you've got, recently Pfizer and Merck FDA approval for their antiviral drug. I think you're going to get excitement coming into the beginning of 2022. And then once you start heading into March is when I think people are going to start to get cautious, because that's when you're going to be looking at the potential for the first Fed rate hike. Okay, the earliest I think you get would be like one of the March meeting or something like that. Could be like an early kind of the first attempt at the Fed saying, hey, you know what, inflation is still pretty hot. We're gonna raise, or do they push it all the way out until you get closer to a summer hike? So, but I think you're going to get some hesitation towards the end of Q1. But I do believe that Q1 the markets could still push higher. I'm in agreement with Matt that I think you could see all-time highs, and it looks like we're starting the futures market up 0.4 of a point. That's a solid gap up. We've got 12 and a half hours before the market's open. A lot can change in 12 and a half hours, but I think that I do think that we're set up to still see. I don't believe the all-time high is put in yet. I think 2022 we will see a new all-time high. So fire away, guys. Ask your questions. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Adam.
What do you guys think of the airline companies? Will that probably go up as well as cruise lines, or as things start to get underway? I mean, I know that the airlines had a terrible time this holiday season, but as things start to get back to normal, you would think that more people would want to be traveling and doing stuff. No,
I think so, but I would play the top within the sector. For example, I would play Southwest. Coming into the pandemic, it already had the strongest book. And coming into the pandemic, ones like American Airlines was already over leveraged. There is an argument something like Spirit is over leveraged coming into it, but I think there's going to be a big appetite for budget travel when all restrictions are removed. So I would be like, that's one that I could see a special scenario. I like to split up big airlines, little airlines. I really, really like Southwest for big airlines, and in little airlines, I would say I'm equal between JetBlue and Alaskan. But overall, I think they're going to look good. Like I'm bullish on it. I think they're going to track with.
Yeah, cruise. I like Alaska. I think Alaska's got, like you said, from like the small airline perspective.
Have either of you ever flown on Alaskan Airlines?
I have not. Personally,
I've seen it though. I like their picture on their tail.
It sucks. Oh. I'm just, it looked like Joe even commented the worst. there is nothing Inuit about it. You see what I mean?
Yeah, but also it's not like Spirit's ever a comfortable ride. But I think enough people they're like, I'll be uncomfortable for 3 to 5 hours.
It's hard to fly Spirit.
It's not like you're flying Polaris.
Let that be the douchiest thing I ever say on this live stream.
It's not Emirates, Adam.
Nothing ever is, Michael.
Nothing ever is.
Ever is.
Singapore Air is pretty nice too.
Yeah, Joe said there's a rug on the wall as a separator.
I gotta tell you something. I'm actually a little torn on airlines and cruise lines next year, just because I'll explain to you why. Because I think there's going to be there's going to be two big catalysts that are going to be a push-pull, I think, for cruise lines and airlines, and that's going to be the push, which can be a tailwind for them. I think it's going to be, this huge demand for travel. And, we've had travel restrictions for like the last 2 years at some capacity, and quarantining and all this BS. So it's like, I think you're going to get such a huge demand for travel. But then at the same time, what's one of the airline's biggest costs and expenses? It's jet fuel. It's jet fuel. And if I'm sitting here thinking that, hey, one of my top sector picks for next year is actually once again energy, and I think oil can go to $100 a barrel, are airlines going to be able to push that cost expense, that increase that they're going to have to incur? Are they going to be able to pass that on to the consumer? I don't know, because if inflation continues to run hot next year and everything is more expensive, are people going to think twice about, what, do I spend $600 on an economy class plane ticket for me, my spouse, my kids, whatever, to go on a trip? Or do I go rent an RV and then, go out and go camping instead? I don't know, so I'm just, and that's the push pull that I've been debating between, airlines and cruise lines. So I'm just unsure. So for that reason, I'll probably be away from those sectors into 2022. Now, if I thought that oil was going to collapse back to like $40 a barrel next year, then I would say absolutely we've got a runway, no pun intended, on airlines and cruise lines. But it's going to be hard for me to be so bullish on energy and oil companies, but then also love airlines and cruise lines. So I'm not sure. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying I think that they're bad plays. I'm just saying it's a little bit of a question mark for me. So my attention will be, or my money at least, will be elsewhere.
Yeah, I want to go off that a little bit. I think they'll do fine, but I think there's sectors that are much easier of like layups of plays. Because on top of that, oil's a good point, but also they are distressed industries. And if interest rates go up, money's cheap right now. Money might not be cheap in 2022. So that's going to mess with their balance books. And like if it's questionable of like if interest rates go up, but then there's still sanctions, well, that's actually probably the most pressure that's ever been on them, because before at least money was cheap. And then with oil, I just think there's easier plays. Like I guess I don't know if it's a lazy trader, but I always want to take the easiest one. So for example, an industry off the top of my head that I think would be exponentially better would be semiconductors. Right now, the demand's going higher and higher. The supply is low. They're trying to catch up, but that's why you're seeing, you said Qualcomm, NVIDIA, AMD, Intel, all of these are crushing it. And I don't see any reason why they would underperform on a relative basis compared to cruise line and airlines at all. Like I just like this sector completely more.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Again, for those that are asking, if you're a TTG full member, TTG trial member, go to your dashboard under announcements and schedule. You will find the full report. And just so everyone knows, there's about 20 people that just signed up for the trial. All of you guys tonight, normally when you sign up for our trial, you do not save as much as you would if you just bought the year membership outright. But because we did not tell you that to begin with, just for tonight only, if you sign up for the trial and you want to go ahead and get the membership at the time this stream is done or whenever, we will go ahead and allow you to use tonight's coupon code in the trial so that you can go ahead and sign up for the year without having to pay extra. But that will only be for tonight, not going into tomorrow. Okay? But you sign up for the $3 and you get the Outlook in there. All right, well, real quick, because I know that we can go off on a long time here. Let's start with Matt. Matt, what are some of your biggest predictions, outlooks, some of the biggest things that you're keeping an eye on going into 2022, and how do you plan to really take advantage of that and make some money this year?
Okay. So I will leave, I guess, energy and banking and also healthcare to Mike. He's previously stated those even last week, so I'll let him dive that. And I do agree with those. So I would say some specialty ones for 2022. Some of my biggest ideas of what's going to go on is EV, which is, yes, can be related to oil, but I think particularly the likes of especially US based ones, because I'm worried about the growing political tensions in terms of markets between the US and China. So do I like NEO? Yes, but it's an added on risk of delisting, fighting, yada, yada, yada. So I'm kind of biased towards these US based ones. I still like NEO, but now I like Lucid and Tesla more. So I'm definitely watching EV and just overall the push into ESG. What's that? ESG is what I have that somewhere. Environmental, social, and governance. I think that's going to be big. So I think that'll go. But also we see that flow over into crypto. Yes, I think we're going to see if Bitcoin is tested as an inflationary hedge. Also, I think there's going to be some excitement in Ethereum for the crypto sector in general. I think we'll see a big pivot in NFTs. I think this concept of NFTs that have no utility and are just for some reason worth a lot, I think they'll disappear in 2022, and you'll see the expanse of NFTs that have utility tied to them. Whether they give you access, login, blah, blah, blah. I think you're going to see that. And also, I'm very, very bullish on the metaverse stock. So, for example, there's a new ETF that just got filed. It's not approved yet, but I think that's a solid play. Some of the ones that will be a part of it are, I believe, Matterport, MTTR, Unity is going to be there, Roblox will be there, Microsoft's going to be there. If someone's looking for an easy play that they're like, you know what, I just want to be in this maybe a year, maybe more, where I just don't have to pay attention to it, Microsoft's it. I like Microsoft. It has an okay dividend. It's a juggernaut it's a fortress of a balance sheet. Microsoft's going nowhere. At one point this year was actually the most valuable company. It did pass Apple for like a week or two. Microsoft is something you just sit on. Like you just sit on it and you could forget about it. My similar thoughts on UNH. I'll let Mike talk more about that one. So very bullish on metaverse. I think there's going to be big changes in NFT. So I don't want anyone to get the rug pulled on them in there. Like, please this type of action where there's no utility won't go on forever. I just don't see how that would be possible. I think people need to add on top of it. Semiconductors, really bullish on. And I'm trying to understand more about what's going on in data analytics. I'm really liking what's going on with Snowflake, but all of a sudden over the past month, I'm seeing more and more hate on Palantir. So I think there could be interesting volatility, i.e. opportunity in the world of data analytics. Some people are coming out swinging in support of Palantir, and then other people are hating on it. So I'm trying to catch up on that one. Snowflake looking a bit better, but as you could tell, these are all, I guess, like software engineering digital face, not really like the likes of like physical commerce, such as, I don't know, I know Costco's doing well, but I just think it's going to underperform some of these tech opportunities we have in front of us. Even obviously, we're talking about cruise lines, airlines. I think they could do well. It's going to depend on interest rates. If we get 3 rate hikes, it's people, the big money, Wall Street's not going to be happy. They're going to all of a sudden be pivoting to bonds. You're going to see bonds go up, yields go down, yields going to go down. They're going to drag high growth, i.e. the NASDAQ with it. So the line, I think, in the sand is going to be at 3 rate hikes. I'd be curious your thoughts on that one, particularly, Mike.
Yeah, with regards to the 3 rate hikes, and I talked about this within my market outlook for 2022. And, I think that I think the only way that the markets can put together a double-digit gain next year is, coming off of 2019, the S&P gained 29%. 2020, I think it was 16%, and 2021, 27%. That's one hell of a 3-year run. For us to see, a 10% gain again or higher than that, I think the only way that is possible is actually if the Fed does exactly what they said they were going to do, and there is not another COVID variant hiccup, because the Fed has already told us that their plan is 3 rate hikes and to finish the year at a 0.9% Fed funds rate. Now, the reason why I know the market's okay with that is because, first of all, a 0.9% Fed funds rate is still historically extremely low. Okay, 0.9% is still very, very, very low. And as long as you have a strong economy, a growing economy, a strong consumer, the market will be able to tolerate a slow increase in rate hikes. Now, I just want to take you guys back to the charts real quick. This day right here, see this candle? This is the day that the Federal Reserve announced that their plan for 2022 is 3 rate hikes and finishing at 0.9%, and then 2023 being at 1.3%, I think 1.3 or 1.5% after 2023. And then after 2022 being at 2% or 2 and change. And the markets were like, you know what? That's actually not that bad if that's how slow that the Fed is going to go. All right. Markets have moved higher in prior rate hike cycles. Just because rate hikes are increasing does not mean the markets can't go higher. It's the speed of the rate hikes that could end a bull market. Okay. And what I'm looking for, and this is actually why, one of my highest conviction trade ideas for 2022, and I'll share it with you guys here briefly, and I get into more detail about this within the report. But if we are going to get 3 rate hikes, then that means that the Fed is correct about inflation. And the Fed has been saying that, yes, we know inflation is hot. It's going to settle down next year. We're going to come back to around 2.5%. And if that is true and supply chain disruptions right themselves early in Q1, then it's possible you could have inflation work itself back down and the Fed could be correct. If they are, they'll raise 3 times and be done, and the markets will accept that, and the markets could still move higher because you're still going to get strong earnings growth from companies. You're still going to get a strong consumer. You're still going to get good economic growth. Don't forget, unemployment is at like 50-year lows, unemployment claims. So we still do have the possibility to move higher. But if the Fed is wrong about inflation and it does not settle back down after your supply chain disruptions, or let's say the supply chain disruptions don't right themselves, and it's still a huge issue going into Q2, or maybe they do right themselves, but inflation does not come down, that's going to be a real problem. And what you'll start to see is the Fed will deviate from the plan that they said in December. And this is why one of my highest conviction trade ideas of 2022 is as follows. If you get 2 back-to-back rate hike meetings, I think the market goes down significantly. Okay. I think the market goes down significantly. You know what? Let me actually take a little bit of a break here real quick, because I'm going to tell you guys actually in more detail about my highest conviction trade idea. I know I just kind of like dangled the carrot out there. I'm like, wait. Okay. But I want to see real quick though. I want to see what we've got going on, because this is something I do want to talk about more in detail later, because it is in the report. I want to talk about that a little bit more detail where I can go for and talk for a little bit longer, and then go into kind of the outlook for 2022, because my highest conviction trade idea for next year also coincides with the market outlook for 2022. So let me actually leave you there on that thought. And then in just a couple of minutes, I'll dive into, and I'll give you guys more detail about that high conviction trade.
Awesome. Yeah. So that is good stuff. Matt, do you have anything else you want to add before we kind of?
I'm looking at my notes because I was running down some of my own thoughts for 2022. And I don't think any other that, I mean, I think there's some special tidbits that are honestly worthwhile, like to read that report over. So I don't want to let the cat out of the bag just because like there's going to be more details and more thorough thought reading that over that people can reference once again.
Awesome. All right. Very cool. So, and then for everyone, just want to let you know, Matt, you have a kind of a busy 2 weeks, and then we're going to be working out a schedule where you'll be kind of participating in chat a little bit. Yeah.
Yes. Excited for that. We just got to get over some of these hiccups to just kick the year off. But I think once I get settled down, I'm actually moving out of the Philly area. So once I get settled down in the new place, I think we could get a really nice schedule going, a nice routine. And
Matt, you coming to Miami?
On vacation at some point, but not moving there. I wish I were. It sounds a lot more warm than Philly right now. I call up Adam and I'm like, dude, it's 30. He's like, really? It's 75 here.
I want to take Matt to Vegas.
We should go, man. We should go.
I feel like I'd ruin his life in Vegas.
or maybe you'll give birth to new life in Vegas.
Yeah,
Either way.
Something would happen. But yeah, I'm excited. I think this year overall, I'm expecting volatility. I don't think it'll be a slow burn like we saw through so many markets this year.
Exactly.
And also this concept of community support, whether you saw it in AMC, GME, Doge, Shiba, I think we're not seeing retail disappear. I think retail's growing. Like before, we've historically seen these like little flashes in the pan of retail was really popular and they were active, and then it kind of came back down. This year, they're just not going away. I think retail is becoming a very, very serious force. So it'll be interesting to see community sentiment and how that grows with various regulation updates that we're definitely going to be seeing in 2022.
Yeah. All right. Guys, I need you to not go anywhere. We are going to talk to you about membership for about 15 minutes. And then right after that, Mike is going to do a summary and a light breakdown of the entire I mean, God, it's like 18-page report. Okay. So stand by. He's going to give you all that info in a minute. We're going to say goodnight to Matt. And so just give us 15 minutes to sell you some ShamWows and some slap chops. All right. And we'll go from there. Before we do that, I want to let you guys know the code word for tonight. The code word for tonight is sharding.
Perfect. I love it.
Perfect.
I love it.
Sharding.
Sharding is the code word tonight. The code word is sharding. For those that
You don't even need to write that down. I think
about,
they'll just remember it.
For those who have no idea what I'm talking about, with our members, we give away $3,000, which is $300 to 10 TTG members every 2 weeks. We try and make it fun. They come on the live stream and they need to remember and write down some of the code words that we give out. So kind of a cool, fun thing that we do. And that's it. All right. So, Mr. Kohrs, happy birthday. Thank you very much for coming on.
Happy to. All right. Good luck, everyone, kicking off the new year. Remember, stick to your trading plan. I'll be catching you soon. Catch you later, Mike and Adam. Have a good one.
Later, Matt. Happy New Year, brother.
Happy New Year.
All right. I love him.
Yeah, man. Excited for 2022, man. Excited for 2022. We've, aside from all the new features and new things and the new roadmap that we have for 2022 for True Trading Group, and now with Matt on board, a lot of crypto stuff going to be happening at True Trading Group, and there's just a lot going on. Matt's a fantastic trader with the finger on the pulse of market sentiment and social media sentiment, and having him as an addition to the professional team at True Trading Group is going to provide just more education, more guidance, more mentorship, and more opportunity for all the members on the platform. And I'm just excited for what's to come.
Excellent. All right. So it is about that time. Remember, everyone, stay put. Do not move. Stay exactly where you are. It is 15 minutes. And then we are coming right back in here with all the information you need on the top stocks to buy and top sectors to invest in 2022. Right now, what I want to see is, if this is your first time on a True Trading Group live stream, or you are not a member of True Trading Group, please go ahead and type the number 1 in chat right now. All right, we got Band, Jennifer Blanchard. Oh, this is going to go quick. Daniel Rue, Diana Figueroa, Mark Foster, Dr. Shake and Bake. I need that tattooed on me somewhere. Dirty Cuban, let's help clean up his act and join True Trading Group. Avinong. So there's a lot.
A lot of number ones coming through.
A lot of number ones that are being typed in right now pretty quickly.
A lot of number ones being typed in right now.
Yep.
Jason R., Sir Henry, F. Moran, John McGemby. A lot of number ones flying the chat right now. Guys, listen, all of you that are typing the number 1 in chat right now, you guys might not realize how fortunate you are to be right here right now, but you will soon understand, as I'm going to very shortly, in about 10 minutes or so, I'm going to go over with you guys my outlook for 2022. We'll talk about some of the top sectors, why I like these sectors specifically, but also my highest conviction trade idea for 2022 is going to be coming your way in just a few minutes. But I want to just briefly touch upon the TTG membership. Today is the last and final day for the holiday sale. For those that are interested in joining the TTG fam before the price goes up to start 2022. Right. I told you before, results matter at True Trading Group. All right. Result can be defined as an effect, a consequence, or an outcome of something. Right. And an example of that could be as an effect of you joining True Trading Group, actually putting in an effort this year, taking the courses, passing the exams, using the tools, joining our free study groups and workshops that are every single week. Statistically, you guys have a very good chance of making money and, more importantly, becoming a better trader. And if you do not believe me, if you're on here and you're not a member and you're like, bullshit, I'm not going to, of course you're going to say that. Don't take it from me. Take it from members themselves. Guys, if you are a member of True Trading Group, and I'm going to make this very simple, Are you making money? Are you becoming a better trader? I want you to type the number 1 in chat right now. Okay. So now anyone that's not a member, now I want you to pay very close attention to how many people type the number 1 in chat. Just watch this side of the screen, because every single person that you see typing the number 1 in chat right now is a member of True Trading Group that found True Trading Group most likely the same way you did. And that's one of these live streams. They have a full-time job. They started with a small account. They've got kids. They've got this. They've been burned before in the markets. They've got every single excuse under the sun that you think you have right now that makes you hesitant to think you cannot be successful in the markets. I'm here to tell you guys right now that this is what results look like. Results matter at True Trading Group. We're not just empty words and broken promises. Your success matters. Another example of results, and I don't make these numbers up. You guys can look this up yourself. By you trying to figure out the stock market game by yourself, you actually have over a 90% chance of failing at this. I tell you that not because I think True Trading Group is the only way for you to make money in the markets. I don't believe it's the only way, but I do think it's one of, if not the best options for everyone of all skill levels, from all walks of life, to give themselves the best chance to learn, trade, and profit. We help people reach their goals of consistently profiting from the markets by combining top-notch education, the same education that I received when I worked at a fund in New York. And we combine that with premium tools from companies like TradingView, Benzinga, Quote Media, Trade Ideas, and more. We are a community of traders. We are a family that genuinely cares about one another's successes. We all share the same goal, and that's to learn, trade, and profit together. Guys, seriously, stay right where you are, because in just a couple of minutes, we're talking about stock market outlook for 2022, top sectors, top stocks, and also my highest conviction trade idea for next year. But the TTG platform is something I want to share with you real quick and tell you guys how you can become a part of it, because our goal is to level the playing field for the retail trader. Now, that means a continued effort from us to ensure that the platform remains within reach financially for most retail investors from all walks of life. And that's because of that, we are slowly moving the price of our membership back to $22.12. Okay, our membership regular price is $22.12 for the year. Don't freak out. It's not there yet, because this is the last and final day of our holiday sale. And then at midnight Pacific tonight, the price jumps. You guys have the opportunity tonight right now to take advantage of that holiday sale and pay just $12.40. That's it.
Right. And real quick, all the members that signed up for a trial membership tonight, if you guys decide that you want to do the annual membership after hearing everything that's included, all you have to do is log in to your dashboard, click the big green Join Now button on the top right, and enter the coupon code TTG121. Normally, that is blocked for trial members. I have opened it up for tonight only. Go ahead, Mike.
Okay. Yeah, so there you go, folks. All right. So like I said, at midnight tonight, the holiday sale's over. The price is going to jump. All right. So it's normally $22.12. The next 30 people that go to ttgoffer.com, or if you already joined for the trial, you guys can click the Join Now button. You can click the big green Join Now button on your member dashboard if you just signed up for the trial. Because I know we just had a bunch of people just join for the trial. Okay. But the next 30 people that you can either, if you're a trial member, you can join now on your dashboard, or you can go to ttgoffer.com and use the coupon code TTG121. The next 30 people to do that will secure the 44% discount, which brings the price down to $12.40. But you're also going to get 2 small private study groups with the Pro Trader at True Trading Group. This is your chance to get individualized attention, go over questions, topics, lessons that you are struggling with, so we can help speed up your learning curve. You're also going to get a chance to earn a brand new free laptop. Okay, upon becoming TTG certified, we will send you a brand new laptop totally free. We even cover the shipping cost. All right, becoming TTG certified means you have completed all of our courses and you have passed all of our quizzes. This is a simplified and expanded upon version of what I learned when I worked at a fund in New York. That's when I was taught how to trade the right way by other successful professional traders on Wall Street. You're going to get a simplified and expanded upon version of that. Upon completion of the courses and passing the quizzes, you'll become TTG certified. You can print out a certificate. You can hang it on your wall. You could share it on social media. You even get a green check mark next to your username in chat. It is a badge of honor for our members. It lets other people know that they've completed the curriculum. Your opinion now carries more weight in chat. It usually takes on average about 4 to 6 weeks for someone to become TTG certified, but I have seen it done way faster. It is all based on the time you put towards it. The curriculum is available 24/7, 365. So no matter how much time you don't have or how busy you are, if you want it bad enough, it's there for you. There's no excuse. And then the last item of the holiday sale, guys, this is very important. Hear me now. I told you that results matter at True Trading Group, and I mean it. I stand behind this platform. I put my money where my mouth is. Your success matters. That is why the next 30 people that join here tonight with coupon code TGD121 will get a complete full money back guarantee on their membership, plus an additional $1,000 on top of what they paid for their membership. This means that you will pay $12.40 to join, and if you fail, I'm going to give you back $22.40. Here's the deal. All I ask of you is to actually commit to True Trading Group. Stick to your word of, hey, you know what? I want to learn this. I want to learn how to take advantage of the markets. I want to make some more money. Okay, great. If that's what you want, it's going to require some effort from you. I ask you to actually utilize the platform that you are subscribing to. Go through the courses, pass the quizzes, and you also get the answer key, FYI. So it's not like, oh, that's the trick. Like, if you guys don't pass the quizzes, you can't get the money back guarantee. You have the answer key. Don't cheat because you're only cheating yourself. Okay, you want to make sure you understand what you know and what you don't know, so we know what to work on, so we know what you need help with, so we can get you to have the results that you're looking for. Don't cheat yourself, okay? But if you go through the courses, pass the quizzes, and attend one study group, all I'm asking from you, if you do those three things and still do not make back your membership fee, that's $12.40. If you don't make that back at least once during your membership, I will give you your $12.40 back, but I'm also going to give you an extra $1,000 on top for wasting your time. And I have no problem giving you that because that is how confident I am with a little bit of effort from you. That's how confident I am in our ability to help you succeed and to reach the goals that you strive for. When you join the True Trading Group family, I say welcome to the family for a reason. We actually give a shit whether you succeed or fail. If you fail, we are going to lose money. Understand that. And I'm perfectly fine with that because since 2017, our refund rate is only 1.78%. And we have never denied anyone that has done those three things and never made their membership fee and asked for a refund. We have never denied a single person of that refund. So I have no problem offering this to you now, but this all ends at midnight tonight. Tonight is the last and final day of our holiday sale to get the 44% discount, the brand new laptop, the 2 small private study groups, and the money back guarantee plus $1,000 on top. So you guys just have to go to ttgoffer.com and then enter the coupon code TTG121. That's it. Everything I'm saying to you, it's all right there on the website. There's, so you're getting exactly everything that I'm saying to you here. That's all you guys have to do, tgdoffer.com. But remember, if you're someone that just joined for the trial and you're like, you know what, shit, this is a good deal. Let me actually join full time. Just go to your member dashboard. There's a big green button that says join now. Click that. Enter the coupon code TTG121 and you guys will be set.
Real quick, I want to address this comment. How will this be from Isabella Teddy? It's kind of a funny name. How will this be in reach financially at 2212? Well, let me explain. What we are going to do is once we get to that price, which is going to be really soon, we are going to allow you to pay half of it up front and half in 6 months. That is how that will work. Okay? So it will be half of that down, and then 6 months later, you pay the other half. That's it. That's how that will work. So that way, everyone still has this within reach. Okay? So that is how we're going to do that. That is how we're going to do that. My throat is still raspy, and I feel like I'm going through puberty right now. All right? But we get that question a lot. Oh, 2212 isn't in reach. Yeah, if we charged you all at once, but we won't. We will go ahead and charge you $1,000 or $1,100 up front, whatever it is, and then in 6 months you'll pay the balance. Okay. So that is how that will work. So it will be within reach when you sign up, and you'll get access to everything right away. There'll be no restrictions or anything else. Okay. So yeah, that is that. But I would strongly recommend you do yourself a favor and take advantage of this tonight.
Yeah. Tonight is just 12:40. That's it. One time, nothing else. Once it moves to 22.12, it'll be, two payments that'll equal to 22.12. So, right. Guys, I would take advantage of this deal here tonight.
And the laptops that are available tonight are the last ones that we will have for the foreseeable future. We had 40 of them as of Friday. We got 10 signups over the weekend. We have 30 left tonight. After that, we have to move to Kindles and Android tablets. So tomorrow, we are going to Kindles and Android tablets instead of laptops.
Yeah, we're going to sell out of these. We're going to sell out of these laptops tonight.
Yeah, there's already been over 10 people that have signed up tonight. So actually, it's like 20 left.
Yeah, there you go.
I just haven't gotten to read their names off yet.
And let me actually, Adam, if you don't mind, I want to just touch on a viewer just asked a question. Coley says, would you show me live time which stock to buy and when to sell? And I just want to answer this real quickly because there's two sides of this question that I want to address. First and foremost, Coley, okay, during the trading day, myself and the 8 other professional traders that are moderators within True Trading Group, we share our screen with the chat so everyone can actually see the screens that we are looking at. And we are all live on the microphone talking to you, just like I'm talking to you now. And we identify the opportunities that we see in the market in real time by talking to our members live and what we're seeing, what we're doing. And we also tell people what we're going to do before we actually do it. So as an example, I'll come on the microphone and say, folks, I'm looking at ABC. Stock looks like we have support here at $20. I'm going to look for a pullback into 2025. I'm going to be a buyer around 2025, 2040. I'm going to try to be a buyer. My stop loss will be around 1940. My take profits, $21.50, $22.50, and then $24. And that's where I'm looking. And I'll say that to you on the microphone before I actually enter the trade. And then once my order executes, you get a push notification that comes through in chat to let you know the order fill and the price that my order has filled. And the same thing applies to whenever I'm selling shares. Whenever I sell a position or when any one of our moderators sells a position, you also then get a notification when that order has filled to let you know the price in which they have sold shares immediately there in real time. That's kind of part one to your question. The other thing I want to touch upon is Coley, not only will we show you live about what stocks we're buying and selling, but we are going to teach you, okay, how to identify what stocks to buy and sell on your own. At True Trading Group, we will literally teach you how to fish for yourself. My goal is for you to become a self-sufficient trader. My goal is for you to get to a point where you are good enough to bring trade ideas to my attention. I don't want you to all just, let me just do exactly what Mike does. Nope, that's not my goal. My goal is to turn you all into professional traders that have gone through and received a professional education, just like I did when I worked at a fund in New York. I want you to become good enough and confident enough in yourself that you identify your own opportunities. You have the confidence to pull the trigger on your own opportunities, because that, my friends, is when you will realize your full potential, not necessarily by following somebody else. You guys can follow us if you like. We give you guys all of our trade alerts in real time. But my goal is for you to become a self-sufficient trader. Okay, so Coley, to answer your question, I hope that does answer your question. So Adam, I don't know if I was interrupting you, if you had something else you wanted to touch upon, but I just wanted to answer that question real quick.
Nope, I think that's good. That's all stuff that's really important. Let's see. What I wanted to do real quick is this. Just another 2 minutes, 2 to 5 minutes, and then we're going to get into all the outlook of 2022 and the stocks and all of that. What I wanted to do real quick is go over our 2022 roadmap for quarter one. Okay. John Giovanni A. Portera says, how available is live during the day? It's all day.
Yeah, John, we're live, John. The moderators and I are live from 7:30 a.m. Eastern all the way through till 4:30, 5 o'clock Eastern in the afternoon. So we're in chat with you from pre-market all the way through till after hours. And you can also use the mobile app if you can't be in front of your computer, John. So we have a mobile app that's included with your membership for download on iPhone or Android, where you can actually be connected to our chat room, even if you're not in front of your computer. You'll be able to see the screen share on your cell phone or your tablet. And you'll also be able to listen to the audio analysis because, again, we talk to you on the microphone throughout the day. And then whenever one of our moderators enters or exits a trade, you get a real-time push notification through the mobile app. So even if you're not in front of your computer, that's how you can follow along literally all day long.
Yep. And Barry New Delman says, as a member, do we trade? What platform do we trade on? Any platform you want. We're an educational platform and community. Mike, please.
Yes. True Trading Group is not a brokerage platform. So you will not actually be placing trades on the TTG platform. We are an educational community and platform that gives you access to education, but also tools and resources. But the actual conducting of your trade transactions must be done through a brokerage firm like E-Trade, Thinkorswim, Charles Schwab, Webull, Robinhood, whatever it is, Lightspeed, Interactive Brokers. We are not a brokerage firm. So you use your own brokerage firm and your own brokerage platform.
Yep. I also want to point out that there's probably close to 100 people that signed up for the trial tonight. I want you guys to know that at midnight tonight, the coupon code TTG121 will no longer work for trials. Okay? So if you're a trial member and you want to sign up tonight, but you signed up for the trial to get the report, no problem. You have till midnight Pacific Standard. It will automatically null and void that coupon code midnight Pacific Standard tonight. If you after that, the cheapest price you will be able to get a TTG membership for is $1,420, and you will not get a laptop. Okay, so you heard my voice just crack there?
Yeah.
So I would suggest that if you want to do it, cool that you signed up for the trial, go to your member dashboard, click the large green button that says join now, ignore the coupon code it tells you to put in, and put in TTG121 and check out.
Yeah.
Okay, now real quick, let's talk roadmap TTG. All right. I'm going to get into just some basic stuff now, and then tomorrow morning, I'm going to post this for all of our members. Here's some things you can expect for 2022, for quarter one of 2022. We understand that a lot of people discovered True Trading Group in 2000. Look, we've been around since 2016. But we really blew up 2019. Okay. We went from like 150 members to, just about, just over 8,500 within a very short period of time. All right. Yep. No, I got that. Thank you, Mike. Now we have some new courses coming, and I wanted you guys to hear it first from me. There are 4 new courses coming that will be released Q1 of 2022. True Trading Group will develop and launch a new and in-depth course with clear strategies and real-world examples from its members on how to trade and invest successfully for those with full-time jobs and full schedules. No matter how much time you don't have, you can do this, and we will show you. True Trading Group will develop and launch a new and in-depth course with clear strategies and real-world examples from its members on how to trade and invest successfully for those starting with under $25,000, and more specifically, those starting with less than $1,000. No matter how much money you don't have, you can do this, and we will show you how. True Trading Group will develop and launch a new and in-depth course with clear strategies and real-world examples on beginner and advanced crypto trading and NFTs. These courses will be in addition to our existing Intro to Crypto courses. And last but not least, True Trading Group will develop and launch a new and in-depth course on Intro to Futures Trading. Okay? You can expect all of this to go live within the next 90 days inside of your True Trading Group platform. All right. What you will notice is that we're putting a very heavy focus on those with full-time jobs, full schedules, and those starting with not that much money. Those are the two biggest obstacles anyone faces when signing up or when getting into the markets. And we're here to tell you, I mean, Mike, you wanna ask real quick or?
Yeah. Let's ask him. I'm sorry. I just clicked on John's comment. I was like, John was asking, I was trying to reply to him. He was asking about, are the courses available 24/7? Yes, the courses are available 24/7, 365. You can do them whenever you want. But back to the full-time job question, guys. The majority of our members do have a full-time job and are still able to still be successful. And this is something that, we hear a lot of people are a little hesitant. They feel like it's a hurdle for them, going into 2022. Maybe a lot of people that were working from home might have to go back to the office and feel like, you know what, I can't do this. And you're dead wrong if you think that with a full-time job, you can't do this. And to prove that to you, I want to ask my members that are on the live stream right now, if you guys are members of True Trading Group and you work a full-time job but are still making money with True Trading Group, I'd like for you to type the letter I right now in chat, but also comment and tell me, what do you do for a living? So if you have a full-time job and you're still making money with us, type the letter I and tell me what you do for a living. Now, anyone that's on here that feels that working a full-time job is going to hold you back and you don't think that you can do this, I want you to pay very close attention and read some of these professions. Okay, here we go. School janitor, a realtor, insurance adjuster, supervisor, cost accounting, sales manager, a pilot, oil and gas services, carpenter, nurse, tile setter, lawyer, auto mechanic, bakery owner, real estate, loan officer, VP sales, geologist, real estate, physical therapist, pawnbroker, judicial law clerk, sales travel, construction supervisor, full-time student. I own my own marketing company. I work at the post office, a butcher, aircraft mechanic. Okay, you guys get the hint. Okay, truck driver, police officer. These are some very, very, time-consuming or demanding full-time jobs, and I wanted to just point that out to you. Okay. Now, the other thing that I want to ask you guys, in just a couple minutes, I will summarize the report. We're going to talk about 2022 and my highest conviction trade idea in just a second. Okay. I want to also touch upon those of you that work a full-time job. We talked about that. But now what about people that have a small account? That's another thing that people feel like is a very common misconception that holds people back. You do not need tens of thousands of dollars to make money in the markets. You don't. Okay, you don't. And what I would like to ask you guys right now actually is members that are part of True Trading Group, if you joined with less than $1,000 in your trading account, and now you guys are doing well and making money, I want you to comment in chat right now. Okay, I want you guys to type the number 1 and tell me what you started with. Okay, if you started with less than $1,000, tell me what you started with. If you want to share where you are now, you can go ahead as well. Chris, from $500 now up to $3,000. Chris, I'm proud of you, my man. So you guys can tell me, what did you start with? Where are you at now? I'm the Miss, started with just $500. 500 for Crazy by Nature. Canyon Ridge, 500. John and Lynn, 700. CRW, $417. $500. $1,200. $100 for Aleka Pie. $250 for Papa Grinch. Crazy by Nature started with $500, is now at $7,500. Bill Lodge just joined in October with $1,000, now at $3,500. $100 for Jay. Dan Oliver, $580. Ty D, $225, now at $7,200 3 months later. $1,000 for Dean. Marmank started with $100, is now at $350. Memphis Street Doc started with $1,000, is now at $10,000. Okay, $500, $300, $4,500, now $15,000, $1,000. Okay, you guys are seeing these are members. I listen. It's important for you guys to hear it directly from members' mouths. I know it doesn't mean much coming from me. it's important for you to see members themselves, what their experiences have been like. And that's why I like to ask these questions. Okay? So there you have it, folks. All right. So there you go.
Also, if you are having trouble at checkout and you need assistance completing the checkout process or have any questions about the membership, please go ahead and send a text message only. Do not call. Send a text message to 201-775-9702. That is 201-775-9702. The number's at the bottom of your screen. Please feel free, send a text message there, and I will be standing by to help all that need it. All right, Mike, I'm going to bid you guys adieu. Take it away, and there you go.
All right, guys. So there you have it. All right. So again, ttgoffer.com. Enter the coupon code TTG121. Okay. Now. All right, guys. So let's now talk about, let's talk about 2022, and let's talk about my highest conviction trade idea of next year. Okay. My highest conviction trade idea of next year. Let's talk about that now. And then I will cover with you the top sectors that I like the best and why. All right. And then I've got some stock picks within those sectors themselves within the report that is available for all of you that are full-time members, or if you are part of the trial membership right now, you guys have access to that report as well. Okay. But let's talk about my highest conviction trade idea for 2022. Getting back to what I was talking about before with Matt. All right. And I go over this in great detail in that report. Okay. So for those of you that are members, you guys can maybe download that report. We can maybe go to that section of the report, my highest conviction trade idea for 2022. And let's follow along with the report as I walk you guys through this. So the Federal Reserve has announced that they plan on raising rates 3 times next year, and they plan on finishing the year at a 0.9% Fed funds rate. We are currently now at basically a 0 Fed funds rate. Now, when the Fed made that announcement, the markets did this. Okay. When the Fed announced that that was their plan, the markets did that. The markets loved the idea. Okay. They loved the idea that we're only going to get 3 rate hikes, and the Fed funds rate is going to be only at 0.9%. It's really the 0.9% that the markets rallied on. It wasn't the 3 rate hikes. It was the 0.9%, because that's still very, very low. And that signaled to the market that the Fed does not believe they are behind the curve on inflation, and they still think everything's going to pan out next year exactly the way that they wrote the book. And they think inflation is going to come back down to probably 2.5% is probably where they think it'll come back down to. And then life will go on. All right. That's why the markets liked that announcement. Now, there are 8 FOMC meetings next year. Okay. The FOMC meeting, that's when the members of the Federal Reserve, they meet, they talk about monetary policy, they make decisions on, what they're going to do, what they're not going to do. Okay. There's 8 meetings next year. Okay. They're all scheduled out already. They're fixed dates and fixed meetings. 8 meetings are set next year. If the Fed is only planning on raising rates 3 times, that means, there is no situation or instance where you should have back-to-back rate hikes. Okay, there's no, other than a chat room and alerts, why am I paying you $12.40? Okay, Peter, I will show you this later. I want to get through this information because this is very important. I'll show you the TG platform at the end of this live stream. Okay, because True Trading Group is a platform. It is not just a chat room with trade alerts. Okay, we have negotiated deals with some of the top service companies in the markets like Benzinga, Trade Ideas, Quote Media, TradingView, Polygon, ETNA. Okay, these are all products that professional traders use on a daily basis. And if you signed up for them on your own to get, let's say, dark pool data, unusual options activity, scanners, social sentiment readers, analyst ratings and insider buying, charting software, trading journals that actually track all of your trading. If you signed up for all of this stuff, news feeds, if you signed up for all this stuff on your own, Peter, you'd spend probably about $5,000 to $6,000 a year on all those services. We've negotiated with those companies to offer their services on the TTG platform. So when you pay $12.40, you get access to all of those tools and resources. I'll show you them at the end of this live stream. All right, but I really want to get into the educational part of this live and the market outlook of 2022. Okay, so just sit tight, Peter, and I'll show you all that stuff in just a moment. Okay, so going back to my highest conviction trade of 2022, if there's 8 Fed meetings next year and the Fed is only going to raise rates 3 times, we should never get back-to-back rate hike meetings. There should be rate hike, no rate hike, no rate hike, rate hike, no rate hike, no rate hike, rate hike, right? You should have time in between rate hikes if you're only raising 3 times. So if there is this situation next year, everybody welcome Paolo, Majid, and Steven. Welcome to the TTG family. There are now 27 of those laptops left. Remember, guys, you just have to go to ttgoffer.com, enter the coupon code TTG121, and that will get you the 44% discount, the 2 small private study groups, the free laptop upon becoming TTG certified, and the money-back guarantee, where if you don't make your membership fee back after completing our courses, passing our quizzes, and attending 1 study group, I'm going to give you your $12.40 back, but I'm also going to give you an extra $1,000 on top. So I'm going to give you $22.40 back. Okay? If you already signed up for the trial, just go to your member dashboard, click the green Join Now button, and enter the coupon code TTG121. You will also get that 44% discount. Guys, that holiday sale with those terms is over at midnight Pacific tonight. All right? Now, back to the Fed. Highest conviction trade idea of next year. If you get back-to-back rate hikes in 2 Fed meetings, let's say by the second Fed meeting, they raise rates. And then the third Fed meeting, they raise rates again. Well, now hold on a second. If by the third meeting, they've already raised rates twice, they still have 5 meetings to go. That's going to pull forward the likelihood of more than 4 rate hikes. And if there are more than 4 rate hikes, that means it will be impossible for us to finish the year with a 0.9% Fed funds rate. It's going to have to be higher. It's going to have to be at least 1.25, maybe 1.5. If the Fed raises rates in back-to-back Fed meetings, the market may signal to the markets, this is my opinion, the markets may take that as the Fed believes they were wrong. The Fed is basically telling the market by doing that, we're behind inflation. We've got to get in front of it. We've got to raise rates faster than we thought. Everybody welcome Satali and Esther. Everybody welcome Satali and Esther. Welcome to the TTG family. Now only 25 laptops left. Go to ttgoffer.com, enter the coupon code TTG121. Okay? So if you get back-to-back rate hikes, my highest conviction trade idea next year is on that second meeting, because the first rate hike is not going to be a surprise. The Fed is going to, they're going to tell you that first rate hike is coming, just like they told you that they were going to start the taper. Okay? It's going to be, you're going to know that rate hike, that first rate hike is coming. That's not going to be a surprise. But the second rate hike, if you get one the very next meeting, I think that's going to be a shock to the markets. And my highest conviction trade idea at that moment, that day, on that meeting, is to buy SPY put options and hold them for probably at least a week. I think you will get a significant pullback in the market, significant follow through to the downside if the Fed does that. Because the market's going to say, shit, we're not only going to do 3 rate hikes. We're not going to be at 0.9%. The Fed is raising faster than they said they were going to. That means they must believe they're behind inflation. That's a problem. Okay. Highest conviction trade idea for next year. On top of that, another way to play this. Okay. Nick, Paula, Kenneth, welcome to the family, guys. Nick, Paula, Kenneth, 22 laptops left. Remember, ttgoffer.com, TTG121 coupon code. That holiday sale is over at midnight Pacific tonight. All right. Price is going to go up. Jump on it now, guys. All right. Now, on top of that, okay, going back to the 0.9%, everything is going to focus on the 0.9%. If at any point next year, the Fed raises rates by 0.5%, 50 basis points, if you get a 50 basis point hike in any Fed meeting, that's also a sign for me to buy put options, hold them for at least a week, because that's going to signal to the market the Fed is behind. They're not sticking to their schedule. They're raising more aggressively than they said. But why? Why 50 basis points? Why would that signal to the markets that the Fed's behind? Well, the Fed said we're raising rates 3 times next year. We're going to be at 0.9. In order for the Fed to finish at 0.9% and only raise 3 times, that means the Fed can only raise rates by 25 to 35 basis points each hike. Just do the math. 25 to 35 times 3, okay, will get you the 75 to 1%. 75 basis points all the way up to 1%. Okay, so 100 basis points, right? That'll put you at the 0.9. The Fed funds rate at 0.75 to 1.0, that's your 0.9%. So you should only see rate hikes, 3 of them, 25 to 35 basis points, 0.25 to 0.35%, right? If the Fed comes out next year with their very first rate hike and they raise by 50 basis points, that means you only have 2 rate hikes left, supposedly, to get to 0.9. That means you're only going to raise by 0.2 or 20 basis points. Doesn't make sense. Welcome, Diane, Arpon, and Katie. Diane, Arpon, and Katie, welcome to the family, guys. Everybody welcome your new members to the fam. Welcome. ttgoffer.com. Use the coupon code TTG121. Okay, this is just basic math. You can't be at 0.9% after 3 rate hikes if you raised 50 basis points with 1 hike. That's going to signal to the markets that we're not going to finish at 0.9. We're going to finish the year maybe at 1.5, which is far higher than what the Fed told you they were going to do. The Fed gave you their roadmap. They gave you the plan. They told you we're raising rates 3 times. We're going to finish at 0.9%. Okay. And the markets have no problem with that. The markets moved higher on that news. So you have to look for clues next year. You've got to look for clues. Don't worry. I'm going to have my magnifying glass out all year long next year. Okay. Don't worry about it. All right. I'm going to Sherlock Holmes this out of this mother next year. Okay. I'm looking for clues that the Fed is going to signal to us we're not sticking to this schedule, because anything that deviates from that schedule, I don't think the markets are going to like. James, Jennifer, Jonathan, welcome, guys. James, Jennifer, Jonathan. There's now only 16 laptops left. Folks, go to ttgoffer.com. Use the coupon code TTG121 so you guys can take advantage before that holiday sale is over. So if you get a 50 basis point hike, that's going to pull forward the expectation of, nope, it's not possible to be at 0.9 by the end of the year. We're going to be higher than that. The markets won't like it. Another situation, I'm going to buy SPY put options. I'll hold them for a week because the markets are not going to like it. They're going to get rattled. They're going to sell off. The market's going to think the Fed's behind on inflation. That's not good. They're going to raise rates faster than they thought. They're going to tighten too hard. That's going to slow the economy, blah, 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 blah. The markets are going to come down and we're going to sell off. And we're going to make money on the way down because that is what educated traders do. We're not just going to sit on the sidelines and watch our 401k balances deplete. We are going to profit on the way down, and then we're going to take that profit and identify wealth building opportunities for the long-term portfolio, which is exactly what we did in March of 2020. If you've been following my live stream for a while, and if you have not, I suggest you go back and watch my live streams from March and April of 2020 because I was banging on the table. I was screaming from the rooftops that this is the greatest wealth building opportunity of my lifetime, was that sell-off in March and April of 2020. I expect increased volatility next year. I think that you are going to get big moves to the downside and big moves to the upside, bigger than anything that you saw this year. That volatility equals opportunity for us. Being long one day and short the next, buying call options today and buying put options tomorrow. That plays right into our playbook. The markets in 2021 had very, very low volatility. The biggest pullback that we experienced at any time during last year in the S&P 500 was 4 to 5%. I do not expect that same playbook in 2022. I expect pullbacks in 2022 to be greater than 4 to 5%. Expect 10% corrections. Now, there's a lot of people that just got involved in the markets for the very first time and have never experienced a greater than 5% pullback because that's all you got in 2021. So when you get a 6, 7, 8, 9% pullback in the markets next year, people that are not educated, that have never seen it, that don't know how to handle it, are going to panic. They're going to freak out. They're going to sell everything at the bottom of those moves. And then institutional smart money is going to step in. They're going to get long and they're going to catch the 10% bounce moving back up to the upside. Do not play yourself next year. I'm telling you guys next year that the times of just, everything just goes up, just go long. Not going to be the case next year. You're going to actually have to know what you are doing. Lucky for you, we've got a platform that's going to educate you and teach you to do exactly what you should be doing. I'm going to give you guys the same education that I learned when I worked at a fund in New York. You have to understand when you join True Trading Group, you're getting a simplified and expanded upon version of the 3-month training program that I went through when I worked at the fund. They didn't let me touch $1 of their money until I passed their 3-month training program. That is what you're getting a crash course in. Get ready for it, guys, next year. Buckle up. It's going to be one hell of a ride. I expect a banner year for myself and the THD family next year because the moves are going to be bigger. We didn't get big moves last year. The moves next year will be bigger. Everybody welcome Paulette. 15 laptops left. All right. 15 laptops left. TTGoffer.com. TTG121 coupon code. Use it now, guys. Only 15 laptops left. The price jumps at midnight tonight. You've got the money back guarantee with $1,000 on top of that. That's over at midnight tonight. Jump on this, guys. Let's start the new year off on the right foot. Get educated because I expect volatility next year. I expect the year of the active trader next year. Okay? Now this year. Now that it's January 2nd. Okay? I keep saying next year because for me as a trader, the year hasn't started. For me as a trader, the year starts tomorrow. All right. Now, let me go over with you guys some of my top sector picks for 2022. All right. Let me go over this. So basically what I did last year, if you guys missed this or if you've been following my channel for a while, then you guys know this. But my TG fam, you guys know this as well. At the end of last year, at the end of 2020, I did a live stream just like this. And I went over with you guys and I announced to you that my number one sector pick for 2021 was, in fact, the energy sector. I told you that I thought the energy sector was going to be the top performing sector this year. Go back. You don't believe me? Just go watch my live streams from last year towards the end of the year when we made the announcement. Okay, my THD fam that have been here through it all, you guys are well aware. Now, fast forward now that 2021 is behind us. Guess what was the number one top performing sector in the S&P 500 this year? You guessed it. It was energy, gaining nearly 50%. The highest gain out of any S&P sector. This coming rounding off at second place was real estate. Okay. So we were correct with my pick last year of energy being one of the top performing sectors this year. I also gave you guys a handful of stocks that I liked at the end of last year. Those being Chevron. Okay. Chevron, and I'll just pull up a chart of Chevron. Here's where Chevron started the year, and Chevron went all the way up to touch almost $120. That's over 40% gain on Chevron. The other was Occidental Petroleum, OXY. Okay, OXY went up nearly 100%. Okay, on the year of 2021, and then you had 70%, I believe, actually was And then OKE is about 70%. OKE was the third stock that I gave you guys for 2021. These are some of my 3 top picks in the energy sector for the year 2021. Okay, and you guys can see the performance that those stocks had. Everybody welcome Barry. 14 laptops left now. Guys, hurry up. These laptops are going quick. They're not going to last until midnight tonight. All right, after midnight tonight, we are done with the laptops. We are done with the holiday sale after midnight tonight. Use that coupon code TTG121. Go to ttgoffer.com. So now, as we move into 2022, I am now once again naming the energy sector as one of my top performing sector picks of 2022. Let me explain to you why. Okay, let me explain to you why I believe the energy sector, is one of my top picks for this year. Guys, now listen, make sure you download the report. Because in the full report that is available to all members and all TTG trial members, I give you guys a list of my top 3 sectors that I think are going to do well next year. Energy, financials, healthcare. Those are my top 3 sector picks. But in the report, I gave you specific stocks within those sectors that I like to outperform the market in 2022. Let me explain to you why the energy sector is still one of my top picks. Going into 2022, we are going to have, everybody welcome Ahmed, 13. 13 laptops left. Everything I'm about to tell you guys, it's all in the report. So make sure you guys sign up to get the report. All right, make sure you sign up to get the report. Going into 2022, I believe you're going to have massive global demand for energy. We are going to be coming out of nearly 2 years of quarantine, lockdown, travel restrictions. Nearly 2 years of this. I believe in 2022, with what we're seeing in South Africa and the UK with Omicron cases topping out and starting to come back down. What we've seen with antiviral pills from Pfizer and Merck getting approved, with hospitalizations and deaths on the decline, even though cases are moving higher. They're ticking up, but they're nowhere near your prior predecessor levels of the Delta variant and the previous levels even prior to Delta, before we had any idea of how to, fight this virus. Hospitalizations and deaths are nowhere near record levels, even though cases are at record levels. These are all things that are signaling to me that next year, people are not going to give a damn about COVID, and everyone is going to want to get out and travel and spend. I think you're going to see massive global demand as economies all around the world are able to open fully for the first time in 2 years with no restriction, with no limitation whatsoever. That demand for energy is going to far outpace supply. And let me explain to you why. The energy sector as a whole has greatly underperformed the S&P 500 for the last 9 or 10 years. It has underperformed the S&P 500. It's been one of the worst performing sectors. Why is that? Ever since the U.S. shale industry boom and technology advancements in hydraulic fracking, you had a boom in the U.S. shale industry, creating tremendous supply of untapped reserves within the United States, allowing the United States to become the world's top oil producer, even surpassing Russia and Saudi Arabia. I don't know if you guys knew that, but the U.S. actually a few years ago surpassed Saudi Arabia and surpassed Russia as the world's largest oil producer, all thanks to hydraulic fracking and the U.S. shale industry boom. Now, that boom resulted in massive investment from oil companies to explore and increase production and increase scale to take advantage of that boom. But it was a self-destructive move, because that massive investment in production expansion and production growth in the oil industry led to low oil prices because supply was so high. It led to so much oil that people didn't know what to do with it. If you guys recall, during the COVID crash, oil actually went negative. because you had nowhere to put it. It actually cost more money to store oil than people could sell it for because nobody wanted it because everybody was locked down. Oil futures actually went to negative $40 a barrel, which meant if you held oil, you actually lost money because you had nowhere to put it. That's how much oil there was. Those low oil prices for many years has actually caused a cutback in production spending and production investment for growth and scale. So oil companies are not spending the same kind of money on exploration to identify new drill sites where they can tap into new oil reserves. They're not investing in the equipment and the expansion to produce more oil. They've stopped. Everybody welcome Giovanni. Giovanni, welcome to the TG family. There's now only 12 laptops left. TGGoffer.com, TGG121 coupon code. 12 left. Giovanni, welcome to the family. Now, because of that, okay, you have the cutback of investment because of oil prices being so low. That has shifted interest from oil companies to stop focusing on production growth, instead focusing on operating more efficiently and more profitably. Add on top of that the recent push by investors and politicians for ESG, environmental, societal, and governance. Okay, this push for green energy. Politicians and investors don't want oil companies investing to produce more oil. Instead, they want them working on their footprint. They want to focus on green energy solutions. They want investments in hydrogen energy, in wind, and in solar, and in all this. They want to get away from oil and natural gas. So when you add the ESG push on top of historically low oil prices, you are left with an oil industry that is not investing in production growth. Everybody welcome Kelvin. 11 laptops left. Everybody welcome Kelvin. Kelvin, newest member of the family. What's up? TGGoffer.com, folks. Okay. So, going forward, you have an oil industry that is not capable of producing more oil. If you guys recall, when gas prices were surging, what did Biden do? Biden went to Saudi Arabia, went to Russia, and was like, hey, can you guys produce more oil, please? Because we want to bring down the price of gas. I don't know if people knew that or not, but Biden went to other members of OPEC and was like, hey, can you guys produce more oil? Because there's not enough supply to meet the demand. The U.S. oil companies over here do not have the capability to increase production. You're going to go into 2022 with more demand for energy than this world, I think, has ever seen. The surge that you saw in gas prices and when oil went to over $80 a barrel was right before Omicron. It was right when everybody thought we're getting past Delta and the economy's about to reopen. That's when oil started to boom. Then what happened? Omicron hit. Oh, oil took a hit. Oil dropped because then everyone thought, oh, Omicron's back. More restrictions, more lockdowns, more travel restrictions. No one's going to travel. Everyone's going to stay home again. So oil dropped back down to near the $60 a barrel, low 70s. Now we're about to get out of Omicron. And if there is no more COVID restrictions next year, if the next new variant of COVID does not scare anybody in the slightest bit, and the global world economies are able to open fully, you're going to have such high demand for oil that supply is not going to be able to meet. So as oil prices rise, that increases margins for oil producers. They literally are selling a product that is worth more money, but they are not investing those profits back into production, scale, and expansion. So what are they going to do with that money? They're going to take that cash, and in a rising interest rate environment, cash flow is king. You want to find companies next year that have very strong cash flow. I have laid out for you a handful of stocks in this report that have very strong cash flow that I believe are going to outperform next year. You guys have to download that report, join, get that report so you guys know exactly which stocks I'm going to be focusing on. This is only for the full members and the trials. Okay, you can only get the full report if you are a full member or a trial member of True Trading Group. Okay, to get the full report on what stocks individually I'm going to be looking at in those sectors. But look for oil companies next year to take all of this increased cash flow. Expect cash flow to increase next year for oil companies as the price of oil rises. And they're going to take that cash. They're going to do one of three things with it. They're going to either pay off debt. That's a positive. They're going to buy back shares. That's a positive. Or best case scenario, they're going to increase their dividends. All things that we like in a rising interest rate environment. Some of these companies pay 4%, 5%, 8% dividends. And you have the possibility of seeing dividend hikes next year. You have the possibility of seeing share buybacks next year because these companies are going to be literally, cash is going to be oozing out of the eyes, nose, ears, and mouth of these oil companies. This is all listed for you in that report. This is why I believe the energy sector is going to be one of the top performing sectors again next year. This sector has underperformed the market for years. And last year, I should now say, 2021, it finally caught up. I do not believe that's going to end. I think there's more runway for oil. I think it is very possible you can see oil touch $100 a barrel. The last time I saw oil at $100 a barrel was back in 2007, 2008, when I actually traded oil all the way up to $160 a barrel. I never thought in my life I'd see $100 barrel oil again. I think it's coming next year. Roxanne, welcome. 10 laptops left. Welcome, Roxanne. You just have to go to tgdoffer.com, folks. Enter the coupon code TTG121. And now add on top of this little rift going on between Biden and Putin, this whole issue with Ukraine. If tensions flare up next year between the US and Russia, that will only be another fuel, pardon my pun, to pour on the fire of oil prices. If you start to get a rift between the US and Russia, because then that means there's nothing to help bring oil prices down. If Biden can't go to Putin, if Biden can't go to the Saudi Arabia and say, hey, can you guys produce more oil? Because he's not going to be able to do it here in the US. My opinion, at least. Maybe I'm wrong. Or maybe I'm right like I was last year. That's yet to be seen. But this is my reasoning why I believe the energy sector is going to be one of the top performing sectors of next year. And I've outlined for you in that report a handful of stocks that I like best, that pay fantastic dividends, that have extremely strong balance sheets, that I think are going to be a great way for investors to beat the markets next year. That's what next year is about. Next year is about how can you beat the performance of the overall market. And I've laid out for you in that report a game plan, specifically how I plan on doing that. The other sectors I'm looking at are the financial banking sector. Why? Because a rising rate environment is good for banks. They literally make more money for turning on the lights. And then I like the healthcare sector. The healthcare sector, a lot of stocks got a lot of growth in revenue that was pulled forward because of COVID. But I still believe that some of the things that happened during COVID are going to affect the healthcare industry for years to come. And there's a handful of really good dividend paying stocks in there, but also with some strong, really, really, really good growth in the healthcare sector. I've laid this all out for you all. Okay, on your dashboard, okay, to download the report on your dashboard, okay, if you are a full member, click on where it says announcements and schedules, okay, or if you're a trial member, click on your dashboard where it says announcements and schedules to find the full report. Again, on your member dashboard, there is a tab that says announcements and schedules. Click that, and that is where you guys will be able to download the full report, where I go over those three sectors, why I like them, but also a handful of stocks within each sector and why I think those are some attractive stocks to look at for next year. All right. So there you have it, folks. All right. So there's my outlook for 2022. There's my sectors that I like for 2022. I give you my highest conviction trade of 2022. And now it's time to put all of this in motion. Tomorrow starts the first trading day of 2022, a year that I expect volatility to increase, a year that I expect the active trader to shine. Set your reminders, get your butts in chat. Our chat room opens at 7:30 a.m. Eastern live tomorrow, where the moderators of True Trading Group will be talking about their game plan, their watch list, what stocks they're looking at, where they're buying, where they're selling. Get your game plan, get educated. Next year is the year for the educated trader, the active trader. Whether you work a full-time job, whether you're still working from home or you're back in the office, we are going to rip this market to shreds next year. I fully expect myself to have a record-setting breaking year next year because of the volatility, because I think you're going to get very strong directional moves where you're going to get follow through to the downside, follow through to the upside. This year was very low volatility, very small moves within the overall market. If you think you saw big moves in the market this year, you ain't seen nothing yet. You think a 4 or 5% pullback in the S&P 500 is big, man, you ain't seen nothing yet. You think, seeing a 500 or 600 point move up in the Dow is big, man, you ain't seen nothing yet. I think you're going to see tremendous volatility next year, and volatility equals opportunity. Opportunity equals profitable trading for active, educated traders. That's where I will be. Where will you be next year is going to be the question. Go to ttgoffer.com, use the coupon code TGD121, get your butts in chat with me all year. Let's kick some serious ass. Let me show you guys the platform real quick. I'd first like to see who's still on here that's not a member of True Trading Group. Who's still on here? If you guys are not a member of True Trading Group, do me a favor. Just type the letters TTG in chat right now. Type the letters TTG if you are not a member of True Trading Group. I know I keep saying next year because as a trader, the year hasn't started for me yet. It starts tomorrow. All right. I'm the Mist. We got Band. We got Dirty Cuban. We got I'm a buy low and sell high. I like your style. Scott V. Dave Norby. You are killing me. Reggie Witt. Joel Westenfeld. We got Evelyn Premilis. We got Smokey DJ. We got Jordan James. We got James Nesdil. We got Al A. We got Coley.
Oh, real quick, Dave Norby, Sylvia Kaminsky. She's a marriage counselor. She does online marriage counseling. My guy.
Yeah.
Don't buy True Trading Group. Do that.
Well, guys,
please share your thoughts on unusual whales for options trading. We have the same exact data feed as part of your True Trading Group membership. Mike's going to get into it right now.
Yeah. I wouldn't, there's no reason for you guys to sign up for Unusual Whales. With your teaching membership, we have the exact same data and the exact same information for unusual options activity and dark pool data included on our platform. Okay. Speaking of the platform, let me actually show you guys. And Peter, I hope you're still on. Peter, that asked the question before, and anybody else that is curious. Let me show you guys the entire platform that is True Trading Group so you guys can see actually what you get when you become a full-time member, because everything I'm going to show you right now is included when you pay $12.40. There's no upsells in True Trading Group for courses or tools or anything like that. You pay one price. It's all inclusive. You literally get access to everything. Okay. So let's start with the chat room. You're going to be able to watch as myself and the rest of the pro traders at True Trading Group, okay, share their screen, alert their trades. You'll be able to listen to the audio analysis in real time as we identify opportunities in the market. You also can send us direct messages and ask us questions during the trading day in real time. We tell you what we're doing before we do it. We alert you whenever our trades actually execute. You're going to get at least a minimum of 10 easy to follow, actionable real-time trade alerts per week from a community of traders that's sporting collectively over an 80% win rate. We are fully transparent. We keep a trading journal on our website that tracks every buy and sell that all of our moderators make. So you can see for yourself how you'd be doing if you followed all of our trade alerts. You get 2 small private study groups. I told you about this. This is your chance to get individual attention. Every single week, we hold private small study groups on Thursday with a cap of no more than 200 members so that you guys can ask questions, go over lessons and topics that you're struggling with. Then you also get Benzinga Pro's real-time newsfeed. This is a live breaking up to the second news alert service directly inside of your chat room that gives you access to news as soon as it crosses the wire. In order for you to get this newsfeed on your own, it would cost you $1,400 through Benzinga. We've negotiated a deal with Benzinga to include it on the TeachD platform. When you pay $12.40, this is included, as well as every single other thing, as I'm about to show you now on this platform. Okay, so that's all included. No more relying on delayed news. TradingView's premium charting software. This is one of the most commonly used charting softwares used by active traders. Yours free with our membership. Okay, the TradingView charting software. All right. Then you will also get Trade Ideas Real-Time Scanner. This is the industry standard market scanner. Okay, this cloud-based artificial intelligence stock market analysis platform now streams live on the TeachD platform, where you will have the ability to see what stocks are making new highs, new lows, have a surge in volume. We'll make sure you always focus on the hottest stocks during the day. But you're also going to be able to use our simulator. Our simulator is going to allow you to practice implementing what you've learned in the courses without risking $1 of your hard-earned money. You can trade stocks and options with real-time data, but with fake money. This is the same simulator that's used at Cal State University Fulton, University of Wisconsin Whitewater, Berkeley Haas, and Illinois Tech. We also have our own proprietary scanner that has the same functionality as FinViz Elite. For those that are familiar with that scanner, you can also use our proprietary scanners to identify crypto as well as stocks. We also have real-time dark pool and options flow data on our platform as well. So like I said, no need for unusual whales. We've got the exact same thing on the platform included free. Then you have our full trading performance journal. This is going to actually track all of your trading and give you stats and data so you can see where you're making mistakes, so we know what adjustments to make to improve your results. We've got a social sentiment scanner as well that scours StockTwits, Reddit, and Twitter and tells you what stocks are being talked about the most, so you can stay ahead of the crowd. Guys, a lot of these tools, like a social sentiment reader, dark pool data, this is stuff that used to only be available to professionals on Wall Street. Not anymore. Now it's at the retail traders' hands through the TeachD platform. This is how we level the playing field. This is how we empower the retail trader. You also get analyst ratings and insider buying and selling through our stock profile tool. Wouldn't it be nice before you bought a stock to actually check and see how many analysts have a buy, sell, or hold rating? Before you buy the stock, check to see if the analyst community agrees with you that it's a strong buy. You have access to all this information as a member of True Trading Group. And of course, our daily watch list and game plan, where the traders at True Trading Group will tell you what we have our eyes on and how we intend to trade them before the market opens, so you know exactly where to focus your attention. All of our swing trades get released, obviously with analysis and alerts. We day trade, we swing trade every day. We trade stocks and options every day. Okay, we trade small caps, mid caps, and large caps every day. We also trade crypto. Then you have all of our courses. The courses you're getting access to as a member of True Trading Group are a simplified and expanded upon version of what I learned when I worked at the fund. There's beginner and foundation courses for those that are brand new. There's advanced courses. There's also courses on options, swing trading, trader psychology, crypto. There's even a course that teaches you guys how to trade and profit during a stock market crash, which I think may end up being useful for next year. We also have a crypto course. All of our courses are in text and video format, whichever is easier for you to learn. We are also coming out with new courses within the next 90 days that will be added to the platform, that will be included free. You will not have to pay anything extra for them, where we are going to lay out a greater focus in more detail on how to trade successful strategies while working a full-time job, because I understand there's going to be a lot of people that are going to have to go back to the office next year, or shall I say this year, for everyone that's busting me that I keep saying next year, because as a trader, my year starts tomorrow. Okay, so all of those new courses will be out within the next 90 days. You will not have to pay anything extra for them. There are no VIP or pro courses that cost more money once you join. There's no upsells. When you join True Trading Group, you get access to every single thing that we have. That includes all of our courses, but also all future courses. You'll also get access to our video library. You can watch over 200 hours of workshops and webinars and study groups that the TeachD pro traders and myself have covered a variety of different topics, like how to grow a small account, how to trade working a full-time job, how to resist FOMO, etc. And then, of course, we have live workshops and webinars where we go over different topics. You guys can all attend those. We got our premium blog with helpful tips, market commentary, and trade ideas. And like I said, anything new, you automatically have access to. All right. Folks, there's only 10 of those laptops left. Our holiday sale ends tonight. Go to ttgoffer.com, enter the coupon code TTG121. You'll get the 44% discount, brings the price from $22.12 all the way down to $12.40. You get the 2 small private study groups, the chance to earn the free laptop, but more importantly, the money back guarantee. I stand behind this program. I put my money where my mouth is. I told you results matter, and that is how I prove it to you. I offer you a complete full money back guarantee where you'll pay $12.40 to sign up. And if you go through our courses, pass our quizzes, and attend one study group and still do not make your membership fee back at least once, I will not only give you your $12.40 back, I'm going to give you an extra $1,000 on top for wasting your time. I'm going to give you $22.40 back. That's how much I stand behind this program, and that is how confident I am in our ability to help you succeed. Nobody, and I repeat, nobody offers you this type of money back guarantee because they are not as confident in their ability to help you succeed. James, welcome. 9 laptops left. It's time to get educated. It's time to stop sitting on the sidelines. It's time to stop trying to figure this out by yourself. It's time to get educated so you understand how to take advantage of volatility, because volatility equals opportunity. Uneducated traders are terrified of volatility. Professional traders and educated traders welcome it with open arms because it provides greater opportunity to profit from the action, but also provides long-term wealth building opportunities by giving you access and entry points into high quality companies at discount pricing. This is what I'm prepared for next year. What are you prepared for? Guys, we're 5-star rated on Trustpilot. Go check out the reviews. 1,400 people have left us a review on Trustpilot. We are 5-star rated. Go read the reviews. Go read the good. Also, go read the bad. There's no better referral than one from your peers or a review from your peers. So go check it out. You just have to go to ttgoffer.com and enter the coupon code TTG121 to claim your free laptop. Upon becoming TTG certified, you get the 2 small study groups, and you have the money back guarantee and the 44% discount. What do you have to lose? Go into the new year investing in yourself. I'm giving you the money back guarantee. I'm removing as much of your risk as I possibly can, folks. I'm literally sitting here saying, if you do not make your membership fee back, if you fail, I will give you your money back plus $1,000. I'm not kidding. Everything I'm saying to you is on the website. I have no problem doing that because our refund rate since 2017, our refund rate is only 1.78%. ttgoffer.com, TTG121. Make sure you download the Market Outlook 2022 report. It is on your member dashboard. Click on the tab that says Announcements and Schedules. It is only available for download for full TTG members and trial members. Okay, you don't have to pay extra for the report. It is there for you. If you guys are still not ready to join full time and you want to become a trial member, again, ttgthree.com. That is ttg3.com to join our 1-week trial. It's only $3. We charge $3. Make sure you're a real person. There is no auto renew. There's no recurring payment. It's just $3, and you'll get access to the Market Outlook report for 2022, where I give you not only my top 3 sectors, but also individual stocks within those sectors that I'm looking at for 2022 that I think have a chance to outperform the overall markets. Okay. That's it, guys. That's it. Goodbye, 2021. Hello, 2022. I cannot wait to start the year off tomorrow. My TTG fam, I will see you guys in chat bright and early. I know it's late. It's almost 11 o'clock at night, and I feel like it's 1 in the afternoon. I don't know how I'm going to go to bed tonight. I've got jitters. I'm like, I just want the market to open. You know what? Screw this. Let's go live. Let's trade some futures. Nah, I'm only kidding. I'm going to go to bed. Seriously, I got to get some sleep. I want to wake up tomorrow. I want to be refreshed. I want to start the week off on the right foot. I love you guys. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Smash that like button. Show me some love. If you're excited for 2022, smash that like button right now. Guys, turn on your notifications also. Don't ever miss these live streams. Every single night we do these live streams, 6 nights a week. I give you guys free lessons, golden nuggets, education that can help you guys in your journeys of becoming consistently profitable in the markets. I love you all. Thanks for joining me tonight. I'll see you guys all in chat tomorrow. Later, guys. Happy